Hi, what I'm going to do today is just talk you through the process for getting your email set up. I'm doing this on an iPhone, but the principle is basically the same for your mobile devices, but also if you're using a desktop using something like Outlook, etc. So any email client, the basic process is the same. The information you need can all be found in the Your Email section in your control panel. And it's just these bits at the top where you've got the password, the server address. You will also need a username, but that's literally just your full email address, and that's it. So there's nothing really too clever about this. If you get this information from here and just write the password down, is easiest, and then you just go in to start setting up the account. So on the iPhone here, we go to your settings, and you go to Mail, Contacts, Calendars, and on here we're going to add an account. And we click Other, Add Mail Account, and then start putting in our info. So you put in your name, and you put in the email. Now I'm just going to put in first of all the domain name itself on its own, and I'll show you why. Once we've got that in, if you then hold the finger down on that, a menu comes up. We can select all and copy, and that then puts that domain name into the phone's temporary memory. It's used in various places throughout the settings, so if you've got that, it just saves you having to type it out every time it's needed. So the first part on here, we go to the email address, and you just put that in, Darren at. The password, now I've got it in front of me here written down, so ZTMTD. And the description is actually for your benefit only. It's just if you've got multiple accounts, it just means you can see which one is which more easily. So that's all that's for. So we go to next. Now it's important that you set this as a POP account. IMAPs can cause confusions and don't tend to work so well with this system, so I always recommend using a POP address. The host name is mail dot and then your domain name. So as you can see, because I had this in, I put it in the clipboard earlier, I've now got it available, so I can just hold my finger down to get the menu up and click paste, and in it goes. The username is your full email address, so Darren at, and the domain there. The password has been brought in from the last stage, so that's already done for us. In the outgoing server, this is exactly the same, so it's just mail dot and the domain. The username is the full email address again, so Darren at, and paste, and the password. Now you see this actually says optional, but it isn't. You do need this for this system. So MDTD and save. So what that's going to do is go off to the server, and it's going to try and verify as much of this information as it can. Now sometimes it comes back with an error, and the first time you do this it should come back with an error, in fact. Okay, so let's have a look. The username or password is incorrect. That's marvellous. So let's just have a look. I've got everything right here. Username is Darren at Drive, so I bet I've put the password in correctly. So let's just go to that. So it should be ZTMDTD, and this, yes, that looks, I put it in incorrectly. ZT, so I am human. ZTMDTD and save. So it goes off again and tries. Now with the settings, you just heard me read out the password. If you want to try this out using this account, if you've got problems using your own, try it with this one, and that way you'll kind of see that you know, if it's not working on this one, then it's not a problem with the email itself. So it's something at your end. So at least if you call me up and we need to go through it, it gives us a starting point to go from, and we know it could be a setting with your ISP or your router. It could be something on your phone, but at least it means that you can verify that an account does work, but you can't get it on your phone. So that can actually help. So please feel free to use this account if you want to, but I will be stopping all kind of outgoing mail from it. So this, as you'll see, does take time. On the first visit to a server, it does need to make some checks, and this can take actually a couple of minutes. Okay, so as you'd seen there, what it's done, it's gone off, it's verified, it's put ticks by everything and just hidden it. Very often you will find that a message comes up that looks like an error. It will say something like the certificate can't be recognized, or the server can't be recognized. That's perfectly normal, nothing to worry about, and you can just click on continue. Now, you might even get that twice during the setup. It will do it once for the incoming and once for the outgoing. As I said, nothing to worry about. It's all perfectly normal. It didn't happen on this because this phone already knows that I trust that server. So it just goes ahead and doesn't give me those messages. Okay, so you can now see in the account section at the top here, we've got draftsites.co.uk. So if we click on that account, you've got the POP account information. Now, POP is your incoming mail server. The incoming mail server there. The outgoing mail server, it says no server is set up, if you see that at the bottom there. Depending on your phone, that might be set up, it might not. Okay, but it's worth just double checking. So on here, we're going to go to the outgoing mail server, and we're just going to click on the server here, and we're going to turn it on there and set up. Whoops. So that isn't it. Oh, sorry, keep pressing the wrong one. But if we go to okay, so we have to do this again here for some reason. But if we go the host name, set this up here, is mail dot paste, username Darren at, and paste, and the password ZTMDTD, and we'll just save that. Okay, and that's now all verified. The primary server is set up correctly, and there we are. So that's now all done. What you might need to check, depending on how you get your mails, if you're getting mails on several different devices, then you might not want to have them deleted by the phone automatically. But if we go into advanced here, you'll see on here you've got deleted messages, which are fine. You can delete them off the phone. This is settings purely for your phone. So once you delete a message, you can have it set to come off after a day, never, whatever. So whatever preferences you've got. But an important one is in the bottom section here, delete from server. Because you've got a 50 megabyte limit to your mailbox, you want to make sure that they are removed off the server occasionally. If you're getting it on several devices, so in my case, I'd have it set so that my main desktop has all emails that come in, so that keeps the bulk of them. If I have it on the phone, what I want it to do is keep it so that I can see it on the phone and then delete it off here, but I want the desktop to have a chance to actually retrieve those mails as well. So I would have it set so that it takes it off after 7 days, and that way I know, yes, if I see it on my phone and delete it off straight away, it will still go to the desktop before it's deleted from the server. Okay, so the desktop will download a copy of the mail from the server, and it's there as a permanent record. the one on the server itself will then be deleted off once I've downloaded it from the phone after 7 days. All right, I hope that's kind of reasonably clear, but you do need to set up at least one device to delete it off the server, after a certain amount of time, to make sure that your mailbox doesn't fill up, because once it does, it will stop receiving any mails. It will just stop taking mails in. Okay, so that's how you go about setting your mails, and I hope that's been a useful exercise.